Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Michael. I'm 60 years old, and I've spent more than 3 decades working with older patients like you, people who always try to live healthy lives, yet sometimes find their own bodies quietly betraying them. Today, I want to talk to you about a silent killer. No knives, no warnings, but it takes millions of lives every year. Its name is high blood pressure. I still remember clearly one morning a few years ago. A man in his 60s named Henry came into my clinic. He was cheerful, said he was just there for a routine checkup. When we took his blood pressure, the reading flashed 175 over 95. I asked, "Do you feel dizzy, have headaches, or feel tired?" He laughed, "No, doctor, I feel great." And that's exactly what makes high blood pressure so dangerous. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't make you cough, and it often has no symptoms at all. But silently, it's eroding your blood vessels, making them weaker, stiffer, and more likely to burst. I want you to picture this. Your circulatory system is like a network of water pipes in your home. If the water pressure stays high for years, those pipes will wear out, crack, and one day burst. Inside the human body, when that happens in the brain, that's a stroke. A stroke is a heart attack in the brain. Normally, the brain needs a steady flow of blood rich in oxygen and nutrients to function. But when blood pressure gets too high, two cruel scenarios can occur. One, a blood vessel gets blocked by a clot. That's called an ischemic stroke. It accounts for about 85% of all strokes. It's like when a pipe gets clogged, the water can't pass through and everything downstream dries out. The brain is the same. When blood can't reach certain areas, brain cells begin to die within minutes. Two, a blood vessel bursts under the pressure. That's a hemorrhagic stroke. Now blood floods into surrounding brain tissue, compressing and destroying it. This is the deadliest type of stroke, and the leading cause is uncontrolled high blood pressure. There's also a third type that many people overlook, a transient ischemic attack, TIA. It's like your body's warning shot. You might suddenly feel numbness on one side of your face, slurred speech, or loss of balance for a few minutes. Then everything returns to normal. You breathe a sigh of relief, thinking it's fine. But in reality, that was the final alarm before a major stroke. You see, high blood pressure isn't loud, but it's ruthless. It strips the arteries of their elasticity, thickens them, and makes them prone to rupture. It deprives the brain of oxygen, forces the heart to overwork, and exhausts the kidneys. And one day, everything collapses. I once treated a 68-year-old woman named Mary. She had a stroke while preparing breakfast. Before that, she used to say, "It's just a little high blood pressure, nothing serious." When she arrived at the hospital, she had lost her ability to speak. After nearly a year of therapy, she still couldn't fully write her own name. Each time I saw her, she would smile softly and say, "I wish I had listened to you earlier." Maybe you think I feel fine, so I'm okay. But did you know that half of people with high blood pressure don't even know they have it? And when they do find out, it's often after a stroke, a heart attack, or a fall they never recover from. High blood pressure is not just a number on a monitor. It's the story of every heartbeat, every breath, and every microscopic vessel nourishing your brain. Left unchecked, each passing day brings you closer to memory loss, paralysis, or speech impairment. I'm not saying this to scare you, but to help you see the truth and act early. Because I believe stroke is not fate, it's a choice. You can choose to wake up, take control of your blood pressure, and protect yourself. High blood pressure might not make you feel anything right now, but if you truly listen, your body gives small signals. Occasional headaches, lightheadedness, or a racing heartbeat when stressed. Those aren't minor issues. That's your body speaking to you. And if you're watching this video, congratulations, you've already taken the first step, awareness. The next step is action. Together, we'll do it. No miracle pills, no drastic changes. Just small, steady habits each day that can lower your blood pressure and keep your brain, heart, and kidneys strong. Let me be honest with you. In my 30 years of practice, I've seen too many people sleep through danger simply because they didn't check their blood pressure regularly. If you remember only one thing today, let it be this. Never underestimate high blood pressure. It doesn't hurt, but its consequences can change your life forever. High blood pressure is like a raging river. If you don't control it, it will wash away everything, your health, your memory, and your freedom. And I promise in the upcoming parts, I'll show you simple, natural, and safe ways to reduce your blood pressure right at home so you can live strong, live happy, and live without fear. Sound of a steady heartbeat mixed with the ticking of a clock. The camera pans to the doctor, sitting comfortably in a chair, gentle eyes, and a calm smile. In the previous part, I told you that high blood pressure is a silent killer. It doesn't cause pain or fever, but it quietly destroys your body from within, day after day, hour after hour. Today, I want to take you a bit deeper. Let's look inside this silent storm to understand what really happens in your body when your blood pressure rises, because only when you truly understand your enemy can you defeat it. Imagine your heart as a pump and your blood vessels as thousands of tiny tubes carrying blood to every corner of your body. Each time your heart beats, it pushes blood through, creating pressure on the vessel walls. That's blood pressure. When everything is balanced, this pressure keeps blood flowing smoothly, delivering oxygen to every cell, and life goes on peacefully. But when blood pressure rises, that flow becomes turbulent, stronger than what your vessels can handle. Over time, that pressure starts to wear down, tear, and stiffen those vessel walls. Picture this. Have you ever seen a river after a heavy rainstorm? The water doesn't just flow faster, it drags along soil, rocks, and everything in its path. Our arteries behave the same way. Each strong heartbeat creates tiny scratches inside the vessel walls. The body tries to patch these by layering fat, cholesterol, and calcium, and gradually those patches become plaques. That's when your blood vessels start to clog. At first, you feel nothing, but inside, blood flow slows, pressure builds, and one day, a blood clot no bigger than a grain of rice can block blood flow completely to your brain or your heart. That's a stroke or heart attack, storms that strike suddenly but are seeded years earlier. Few people know this, but the brain is the most sensitive organ to high blood pressure. Its blood vessels are delicate and fragile, built for calm flow, not storms. When pressure rises, they stretch, weaken, rupture, and blood seeps into brain tissue. That's a hemorrhagic stroke, the most dangerous kind. One of my patients, Eleanor, 72, once said something I'll never forget. Open quote, "Doctor, I'd heard about high blood pressure for 20 years, but I never felt it until I woke up in the hospital and couldn't lift my right arm." Close quote. Her story isn't rare. Many people think, I don't feel dizzy or have headaches, I must be fine. But in truth, by the time symptoms appear, the damage is already deep. So what causes high blood pressure? There are many factors, but most come from our daily habits. Too much salt makes the body retain water and raises pressure. Too little movement slows circulation and forces the heart to work harder. Chronic stress increases hormones like cortisol, tightening the vessels, and of course, aging. Because as we grow older, our arteries lose elasticity, like an old rubber hose. I know sometimes you hear this and think, that happens to other people, not me. But the truth is, high blood pressure chooses no one. It affects the thin and the overweight, smokers and non-smokers, even vegetarians if they live in constant stress. A Harvard study found that just a 10 millimeter gram increase in blood pressure, say from 120 to 130, doubles your risk of stroke. At 160 over 100, the risk is 4 times higher. And the frightening part, it doesn't happen in a day. It's built slowly, heartbeat by heartbeat, year by year, meal by meal, and every moment of anger you suppress. I don't say this to scare you, but to help you understand that high blood pressure isn't just a random number. It's a reflection of how you live, eat, rest, and love yourself. I often tell my patients, open quote, think of your blood pressure as a friend, not an enemy. When it rises, it's your body saying, I'm overwhelmed, I need your care. Close quote. And the wonderful thing is, you can rewrite that story. By eating less salt, walking a few more steps, breathing a little deeper, and sleeping a little better, you are shaping your future. In the next parts of this series, I'll show you small, science-backed habits that naturally lower blood pressure and protect your brain, heart, and memory as you age. High blood pressure doesn't kill you in a day. It kills you in the years you spend ignoring your body's whispers. So starting today, measure your blood pressure, record it, and see it as a compass guiding your journey to health. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust the sail. And blood pressure, It is that wind. If you know how to steer it, you will go farther, live calmer, and stay longer on this journey of life. There's something I always tell my patients: a stroke never truly comes without warning. You just didn't recognize it in time. Sounds scary, doesn't it? But in truth, our bodies always try to speak through the smallest, most delicate signs. We're just too busy to listen. I still remember one morning, a few years ago, my longtime patient David, 71 years old, called me. His voice trembled slightly. "Doctor, this morning my lips felt a little numb. My speech was strange, but it went away after a few minutes. It's probably nothing, right?" I asked. "Where are you right now?" He said, "I'm at home." I told him, "Don't wait, call an ambulance immediately. That could be a TIA, a transient ischemic attack." Fortunately, he listened. 2 days later, tests showed that one of the arteries in his brain was more than 70% blocked. If he hadn't gone to the hospital that day, I might have seen him the next week in the stroke recovery ward. So, how can you tell when a stroke is coming? There's a simple rule doctors around the world use. It's called FAST. F, face. Look at the person's face. When they smile, does one side droop? A, arm. Ask them to raise both arms. Does one arm feel weak or drift down? S, speech. When they speak, is their speech slurred, strange, or hard to understand? T, time. If you see any of these signs, don't wait. Call emergency services immediately. I know many people hesitate to call 911 because they don't want to bother anyone. But remember this: every minute during a stroke, about 2 million brain cells die. 2 million? Can you imagine? That's why we say time is brain. The sooner you act, the better the recovery. Now imagine this. It's a quiet morning. You're having breakfast with your spouse. Suddenly, she drops her spoon and says something unclear. You might think she's just tired, but that could be the golden 3-minute window, the one that saves her life. Don't wait until she collapses, because sometimes just a few minutes of hesitation can lead to a lifetime of regret. There are two main types of stroke: ischemic and hemorrhagic. In the first, a blood clot blocks the flow of blood to the brain, this like a clogged pipe. In the second, a blood vessel bursts, spilling blood into brain tissue, causing severe damage. Whichever type, the result is the same. The brain is deprived of oxygen, cells die, and body functions fade away. Many stroke survivors can no longer speak, walk, or even recognize loved ones. But the most painful part, they're often still conscious inside, trapped within a body that can't respond. I've seen it, and believe me, it's the loneliest kind of silence a person can experience. For those over 50, the risk is even higher. Aging makes arteries less elastic, more prone to rupture. Add in factors like high blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, or chronic stress, and the danger multiplies. I once had a patient, Linda, 66 years old. She thought that yoga and a vegetarian diet were enough, but she never measured her blood pressure. One morning, while meditating, her right arm wouldn't lift. When she reached the hospital, one side of her brain had suffered permanent damage. No one can turn back time. You see, stroke doesn't care about wealth, education, or status. It only needs one condition: that you don't listen to your body. The body always gives signals: a sudden, unusual headache, a numbness on one side of the face or arm, moments when you can't find the right words or speak clearly. Never ignore them, because sometimes those are the brain's final cries for help. I always tell my young medical students: medicine can save a heart, but only awareness can save a life. If you're watching this video, I want you to pause for a few seconds and ask yourself, when the first breeze of the storm comes, will I recognize it? If your answer is no, then today is the day to learn how. And if you have loved ones over 50, share this video with them. Sometimes one small action can save an entire family from tragedy. Because a stroke doesn't just steal a life, it steals memories, voices, freedom, and even hugs. But you know what? There's good news. 80% of strokes can be prevented. Simply by controlling blood pressure, living healthy, staying active, and listening to your body, you can avoid the worst. And in the next part, I'll show you the daily habits American cardiologists recommend to naturally prevent strokes. No pills, no complexity, just a few simple things you can start tomorrow morning. Remember, it's never too late to start. If today you can breathe, hear, and see, then you still have a chance to change. The storm can come anytime, but if you've built your roof, you won't fear the rain. In previous parts, we've explored why high blood pressure is so dangerous, how it silently damages blood vessels, hurting the brain and heart without you even realizing it. But today, I want to talk about hope because, believe me, high blood pressure is not a life sentence. It's a reminder, a call to live more consciously with your own body. I've met hundreds of patients in their 60s and 70s who once thought that only medication could control blood pressure. But in reality, there are many natural, gentle, and highly effective ways to stabilize it without relying solely on drugs. Today, I want to share those secrets with you, not from textbooks, but from the real stories I've witnessed throughout my decades of practice. Eat like your food is medicine. I often say food is medicine, and medicine is food. Your body reacts to everything you eat, good or bad, it remembers. Start by reducing salt. Most people don't realize that salt isn't just in the shaker, it's hidden in canned foods, sauces, and fast food. Read labels, cook more at home, and replace salt with natural flavors like lemon, garlic, pepper, turmeric, or herbs. Your body will thank you for it. And don't forget to add more fruits and vegetables. They're rich in potassium, a mineral that balances sodium and relaxes blood vessels. One of my patients, Mr. Thomas, 68, changed his breakfast from sausage and sandwiches to oatmeal with bananas and berries. After 3 months, his blood pressure dropped from 150/95 to 125/80 with no extra medication. Drink water like you water a plant. Have you ever skipped drinking water all morning, then tried to make up for it with a big glass at noon? The body doesn't work that way. Like a plant, it needs water slowly, consistently. Warm water in the morning helps wake your vessels gently and lowers sudden pressure surges. Avoid sugary drinks, strong coffee, or alcohol. They make the body retain water and strain the heart. A warm glass of water in the morning. That's a simple gift you can give your heart every day. Move gently, but regularly. You don't need the gym or marathons to be healthy. Just 30 minutes of walking a day is enough to strengthen your heart, relax blood vessels, and lower blood pressure naturally. I remember an elderly Vietnamese woman in California, 75 years old, who had chronic hypertension. I told her, start by walking 10 minutes around your home, then gradually increase. A year later, she smiled and said, Doctor, I walk 4 laps around the park now. No more headaches. Walking is not just exercise. It's therapy for the body and the soul. Yoga, meditation, Tai Chi, all are wonderful ways to reduce stress, relax blood vessels, and improve circulation. What matters isn't how long you exercise, it's how consistently you do it. Manage emotions because stress is the invisible toxin. One of the most common but least recognized causes of high blood pressure is stress. When you're angry, anxious, or worried, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol, hormones that make your heart race, vessels tighten, and pressure rise. I often tell patients it's not what you eat that kills you, but what you hold inside. Learn to breathe deeply. Every morning, take 5 minutes to inhale slowly, hold it, and exhale gently. You'll feel your body settle and your heart calm. If you're spiritual, pray. If not, write or listen to soft music. The key is to let your mind rest, because when the mind is calm, the blood pressure follows. Sleep, the best free medicine for your heart. Sleep isn't just rest, it's when blood pressure resets and the body heals. When you don't sleep enough, the heart doesn't get its rest between beats, and the vessels stay tense. Go to bed before 11 p.m., turn off devices at least 30 minutes before, and keep your room dark, quiet, and cool. A full 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep can lower blood pressure by 5 to 10 millimeter Hg, similar to many prescription drugs. Regular checkups, because numbers tell the truth. I once had a patient who always said, I feel fine, no need to check. Until one day, he had a mild stroke while traveling. His blood pressure then was 180, 110. Don't let that happen to you. Buy a home blood pressure monitor, measure each morning and evening, and record the results. Those numbers aren't just data, they're your body's language. When you see your pressure rising, don't panic. Take it as a sign to adjust your rhythm, your meals, your rest. I want you to understand this. Controlling blood pressure is not a battle. It's a daily act of self-care. There is no miracle cure, only patience and love for your own body. Each warm glass of water in the morning, each gentle step around the garden, each simple meal, less salt, more greens. These aren't restrictions, they're a way of honoring life itself. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. Blood pressure is the same. Don't run from it. Learn to move with it, calmly, wisely, and patiently. If you see yourself in the things I've shared today, please don't wait any longer. Start tomorrow with a warm glass of water, a light breakfast, and a gentle smile, and let your heart live at its natural rhythm. In the next part, I'll talk about 5 golden morning habits that help stabilize blood pressure and reduce stroke risk within just a few weeks. Small changes that can transform your health forever. Morning, for me, has always been the most precious moment of the day. It's when the body wakes after a long night and when the heart and blood vessels begin their work shift. If you know how to care for your body in the morning, you can do something truly miraculous. Stabilize blood pressure, protect the heart, and keep the mind sharp. Today, I want to share with you 5 simple but powerful morning habits recommended by American cardiologists, habits I've practiced myself for over 20 years. 1. Drink warm water. Awaken your blood vessels, gently start your heart. Many people begin their mornings with coffee or strong tea, but few realize that the first glass of warm water after waking is a small miracle for the circulatory system. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body loses a significant amount of water. At that time, your blood becomes thicker and the heart must pump harder, which is why many strokes happen early in the morning. A glass of warm water, not cold, not hot, helps thin the blood, activate circulation, and reduce pressure on the heart. If you want to boost the benefit, add a few drops of lemon or a slice of ginger. They help stimulate digestion and warm the vessels. I once had an elderly patient, Mary, now 80 years old. She told me, since I started drinking warm water every morning, I no longer feel that heaviness in my head or tiredness in my heart. Just one small habit, but it helped her avoid blood pressure medication for years. Number 2, gentle movement for 10 to 15 minutes so the heart doesn't get startled. When you first wake up, don't jump out of bed immediately. Sit up slowly, stretch your arms, rotate your wrists and ankles, and take a few deep breaths. Then walk around the house, do some light yoga or gentle stretching. This may sound simple, but it's crucial because morning is when blood pressure naturally peaks. If you move suddenly or exert yourself too quickly, your heart may not adjust in time, causing a spike in blood pressure, which can lead to dizziness, fainting, or even stroke. Think of your body like a car on a cold morning. You can't start it and speed away right away. You need to warm it up. Your body works the same way. Just 10 minutes of morning movement, walking, raising your arms, greeting the sun can stabilize your heartbeat, reduce stress, and naturally lower blood pressure. 3. Eat breakfast the right way. Nourish your blood vessels and brain. Many people skip breakfast because they're busy. But did you know skipping breakfast increases your risk of high blood pressure and stroke by 30%? After a long night, your body needs energy to function. If you leave your stomach empty, your adrenal glands release cortisol to wake you up, and that hormone raises blood pressure. A good breakfast for blood pressure should include fiber, protein, and a little healthy fat. For example, oatmeal with bananas or berries, boiled eggs, whole grain toast with almond butter, or plain yogurt with chia seeds. Avoid salty, oily foods or strong coffee. I once treated George, 65, who had chronic high blood pressure. He quit his morning coffee and switched to chamomile tea and oatmeal. After just 6 weeks, his blood pressure dropped by nearly 15 points. Sometimes, the biggest change begins with a gentle breakfast. Number 4, deep breathing and meditation. Lower blood pressure by talking to your body. I know many people doubt that meditation can help reduce blood pressure, but I've seen countless patients transform just by practicing 5 minutes of conscious breathing every morning. When you breathe deeply, your lungs expand, oxygen floods your blood, vessels dilate, and your heart rate slows. Just 5 minutes of focused breathing can lower blood pressure by an average of 5 to 8 millimeter Hertzscans, according to Harvard Health Research. You don't have to sit cross-legged or chant. Just sit quietly, close your eyes, place your hand on your chest, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. Do this every morning. You'll feel lighter, calmer, and clearer. I always tell my patients, you may not control everything in life, but you can control your breath. And sometimes starting with your breath means you're already starting to control your blood pressure. 5. Keep calm, avoid rushing, because emotions set your heartbeat. Morning is when most people rush, replying to emails, checking news, driving through traffic, and that rush is what raises your blood pressure without you realizing it. Try something different. Instead of reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, spend 5 quiet minutes looking out the window or saying a few words of gratitude. Let your mind charge with positivity before the world floods in. Your morning emotion shapes your entire day. If you start your day in peace, you'll carry peace all day. If you start with stress, your heart will work twice as hard. A study from the American Heart Association found that people who begin their mornings with relaxation have a 23% lower risk of hypertension compared to those under constant pressure. These 5 habits sound simple, don't they? Drinking water, gentle movement, eating breakfast, breathing, and slowing down. But that simplicity is the true secret of health. I've walked with thousands of patients on their journey against high blood pressure, and I've realized medication is only a small part. It's your lifestyle, your mindset, your mornings. That are the best medicine. A healthy day doesn't start with a pill, it starts with small choices in the morning. So, tomorrow, when you open your eyes, don't rush. Smile, take a sip of warm water, walk a few steps around your home, eat breakfast with gratitude, and take a deep breath because you're alive and you're caring for your own life. Start tomorrow morning because sometimes just changing your morning can change your whole life. Share this video with your loved ones because one healthy morning today can mean a peaceful tomorrow. You know, throughout more than 35 years in medicine, what moves me most is not seeing blood pressure numbers drop, but seeing the light in my patients' eyes when they realize they can still live healthy, happy lives, even past 60. Old age for many means illness and invisible fears, but for me, old age is a reward. It's when you can live slower, understand deeper, and love yourself more than ever before. 1. Learn to listen to your body, your most loyal friend. The body never betrays you. It's only trying to tell you something. Every fatigue, every headache, every racing heartbeat is its way of calling for help. Instead of complaining, ask, "Dear body, what do you need from me today?" I once had a patient, Mrs. Helen, 72 years old. She told me, "I started listening to my body in a simple way. When it's tired, I rest. When it's thirsty, I drink. When it's happy, I smile." And you know what? From that day, her blood pressure stabilized without needing higher medication. Sometimes the best doctor is yourself, if you're willing to listen. 2. Don't let age frighten you, because the heart can stay young. Many people think that 60 is too late. But let me tell you something, it's never too late to start again. Your heart, even after billions of beats, can still grow young if you care for it properly. A study from Harvard Medical School shows that just 30 minutes of walking daily, less salt, and enough sleep can extend the average lifespan of people over 65 by 5 to 7 years. Remember, age doesn't kill you, lifestyle does. And once you change your way of living, age becomes only a number. 3. Keep peace in your heart, because blood pressure listens to the heart. I've seen many patients lower their blood pressure by doing just one thing, learning to forgive and let go. It sounds simple, but it's true. When you're angry, afraid, or anxious, your body releases stress hormones. They make your heart race and your pressure rise. But when you're calm, smiling, and able to say, "It's okay," your vessels relax and your heart sighs in relief. I once told a patient, "To lower your blood pressure, first learn to lower your ego." She laughed, then later told me, "I practiced smiling more, loving myself again, and strangely, my pressure settled down." Sometimes the strongest medicine isn't in the cabinet, it's in a peaceful soul. 4. Slow down to enjoy every heartbeat of life. Someone once asked me, "Doctor, how can I live longer?" I said, "Don't try to live longer, live deeper." At every meal, eat with gratitude. Each morning, take a deep breath and realize you're still here, still hearing, seeing, and feeling. Health isn't just blood pressure readings or heartbeats. It's whether your mind is peaceful and whether you're truly living as yourself. Old age isn't scary. What's scary is no longer wanting to live fully. If you're watching this video, I want to tell you, you still have time, still have chances, still have love and joy to live each day. Even if you're taking medicine, even if you check your pressure every morning, remember, each time you measure it, it's not worry. It's a reminder that you're caring for yourself. Health is not a destination, but a journey of loving yourself in every moment. I want to thank you for staying with me until the end of this series. If what I shared brought you a bit of peace, a bit of understanding, that is the greatest reward for someone in my profession. A sincere invitation, I am Hung, a doctor who has walked through many ups and downs of this calling, and I believe everyone can live healthily if they learn to love themselves. I wish you a peaceful heart, steady blood pressure, and a long, beautiful life. Slow down a little, because every heartbeat today is a priceless gift for tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel to help me preserve that gift every day. Background music, soft piano blending with distant ocean waves. The camera pans to the doctor standing by a window, looking out at the morning light. His face is gentle, his eyes calm and serene. It's time to close this journey. A journey about blood pressure, about the heart, and deeper still, about how we treat our own lives. I've met thousands of patients. Some came to me with dangerously high blood pressure, some after sudden strokes, and some just to ask, "Doctor, how can I live peacefully even at this age?" My answer is always a smile. Because true health doesn't only come from medicine, it comes from attitude. 1. Practice gratitude, because every morning you wake up is a miracle. I always tell my patients, if this morning you opened your eyes, could breathe, could walk, you're luckier than millions of others in the world. Be grateful for your heart, for it has been beating faithfully for years without resting a single second. Be grateful for your lungs, your liver, your legs, your hands, all quietly working so you can live, love, and feel. Have you ever placed your hand on your chest, listened to your heartbeat, and said, "Thank you, my dearest friend"? Just that one sentence can make you live more gently with yourself. 2. Health is not a race, it's a journey of understanding. I've seen many people treat blood pressure like a battle, extreme diets, too many pills, over-exercising, but they forget that the human body doesn't need to be forced, it needs to be heard. You don't have to be perfect, just consistent. You don't have to do a lot, just do it right. A warm glass of water in the morning, a few minutes of breathing, a simple meal, a deep sleep, those small things are the greatest medicine. And most importantly, don't let the numbers on the monitor control your emotions. They're signals, not sentences. If your pressure is high today, don't panic. Ask yourself, did I rest enough? Am I stressed? Have I smiled today? Because sometimes a single smile can lower blood pressure. 3. Keep your mind calm. When the mind is at peace, the blood flows at ease, Americans. A person who lives 70 years has a heart that beats about 2.5 billion times. Each beat is a gift, but also a reminder. Don't rush, don't stay sad too long, don't hold on to anger. I once met an old man, 85 years old, coming for a checkup with blood pressure at 125/78, stable for 10 years without more medication. I asked his secret and he smiled. I don't argue, I don't envy, I don't worry about others. I garden, listen to music, and laugh more. Indeed, sometimes the secret isn't in science, it's in serenity. When your mind is quiet, your blood flows lighter, your heart beats steadier, and your pressure stays calm like a gentle stream. 4. The happiness of old age is to be healthy, free, and peaceful. After 60, you no longer need to chase anything. You don't need to prove success to anyone. The most precious thing now is waking up each morning, walking in the sunlight, and sharing a simple meal with someone you love. Don't regret the past. Don't fear the future. Just live each day fully with gratitude, deep breaths, and an open heart. Because when you live peacefully, your blood pressure follows. When you live joyfully, your heart smiles too. I've lived more than half a lifetime, and if there's one thing I've learned from my patients, it's this: no one dies of old age. People die when they stop loving life. So keep loving. Love yourself, love your family, love this simple life, even if it's just through a warm cup of water, a slow step, or a sincere smile. Words of gratitude and invitation to share. If you've watched this far, I want to send you my deepest thanks. Thank you for your time, your listening, your desire to live healthier, and your belief that old age can still be beautiful. Subscribe to the Golden Health Way channel so I can keep sharing stories of health, nutrition, meditation, and peace with you every day. If you found this video helpful, please share it with your loved ones, your parents, grandparents, or friends, because one small habit can save a heart and change a life. I am Hung, a doctor, but also a person who has learned to slow down to listen to my own heartbeat. And I believe living long is not as important as living happily, healthily, and meaningfully. I wish you a morning full of energy, a peaceful noon, a calm evening, and a life fulfilled with every breath. Love your heart the way you love someone dear, because it has silently loved you your whole life. Subscribe to the channel to continue this journey of caring for your health from the heart to the soul.